Let's talk about those moments in life that feel like a complete dead end. We've all been there. But what if, in those exact moments, the instruction wasn't just to hold on, but to actually celebrate? We're going to dig into a sermon from the Miyoshi City Bible Church that presents this pretty radical idea for finding victory, even when you're in the middle of hardship.
So right out of the gate, the sermon hits us with this massive contradiction. I mean, think about it. You're at your lowest point, feeling totally unproductive, maybe even barren in some part of your life. The last thing on your mind is joy. But the command here isn't to just get through it. It's to sing for joy. So the huge question is, why? Why on earth would you do that?
And this is the verse that's right at the heart of the whole message. It's from the book of Isaiah, and it's aimed squarely at people who feel hopeless and unproductive. It's a really jarring, totally counterintuitive idea, right? But here's the twist. According to the sermon, the reason for this command, well, it isn't found in this chapter at all. You have to look at the one that comes right before it. So to really get why you're supposed to celebrate in the middle of a mess, the speaker says we have to rewind. We've got to go back and understand the chapter right before it, Isaiah 53. This is the setup, the foundation for everything else.
The sermon lays out this really crucial link between these two chapters. Think of it like this. They aren't two separate ideas. It's a powerful cause and effect relationship. The intense suffering that's described in Isaiah 53 is presented as the very reason, the very cause, for the victory that's commanded in Isaiah 54. Basically, one makes the other possible. So the speaker dives into these specific points from Isaiah 53, and you can see them here in both English and Japanese. The whole idea is what theologians call vicarious suffering. It's a fancy way of saying someone else steps in and takes the hit for you, that this messianic figure took on our pain, our suffering, our feelings, all of it.
Okay, and this next part is, well, it's everything. The grammar here is absolutely critical. The sermon points out that the verse says we are healed, past tense, not we will be healed someday in the future. This little detail frames the healing as a done deal, a finished event. And that single distinction changes everything that comes next. All right, so if the sacrifice is complete, if the healing is done, what happens now? This is where the sermon pivots in a huge way. The result isn't to just sit back and feel relieved. It's a direct, almost aggressive command to expand. You know, when things get tough, our first instinct is usually to shrink, right? To play it safe, hunker down. But look at these commands from Isaiah 54. They're the exact opposite. Enlarge your tent. Lengthen your cords. Strengthen your stakes. You only do that when you are preparing for growth, when you're anticipating more. And this is where it gets really practical. The speaker connects this ancient biblical command directly to their church's own vision for the year 2026. This isn't just abstract theology for them. It's a concrete action plan for the future. It's them saying, okay, we believe this, so we're going to act on it. So you might be thinking, okay, that's great, ancient tents and stakes. But what does any of this have to do with my life right now? Well, the sermon goes right there, bringing these big concepts down to earth by applying them to the real anxieties we all deal with. And we're not talking about some vague, abstract suffering here. The speaker gets super specific and super relatable. Things like the crushing weight of student debt, the mental and emotional toll of just scrolling through social media, even the fear of getting taken in by one of those sophisticated phone scams. These are the battles we're actually fighting today. To connect these modern anxieties to the cross, the sermon uses this incredibly powerful metaphor from the New Testament. I want you to picture it. A debt certificate, like a giant scroll. And on it is written every single one of our failings, our debts, our anxieties, everything that stands against us. And here's the climax of that whole metaphor. The sermon argues that this entire list, this whole record of debt, whether it's spiritual, emotional, or financial, has been publicly canceled. The act of nailing it to the cross is like a public declaration for the whole world to see. This is null and void, paid in full. It has no more power here. So all of this leads to the sermon's final and maybe most important conclusion. It's a point that really reframes the whole idea of what victory over hardship even means. The ultimate takeaway is this. It's not a call for you to go out and fight for a victory. It's an invitation to start living from a victory that has already been secured. It's been paid for by someone else. The struggle, from this perspective, is already over. The price is settled. And to really drive this point home, the speaker uses the perfect analogy,
A victory parade. You know, when a sports team wins a championship, the parade isn't the fight. The fight's over. They won. The parade is a celebration after the win. The sermon suggests this is the mindset we should have, not one of being in a struggle, but of joining a celebration for a battle that's already finished. And so this whole analysis leaves us with the sermon's central challenge. If the price has already been paid and the victory has already been won, then our real task isn't to fight harder. It's to learn how to live in light of a victory we didn't earn, but simply need to accept. And the final question is, what does that actually look like day to day?